What up, though, everybody? It's your boy, known as D313 and welcome to episode 11 of the Rap 313 Rapaport, man. I am joined today, of course, with my main two fellas, my co-host, starting off with DC1, Daryl. How's it going?
Hey man, it's been a long day today, but I'm glad it's over with, man. So I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about this, man. I'm feeling pretty good though, but I'm ready. It's been a long day.
And to my never know what to expect from co-host right down below us, my dog, the new breed. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I'm doing good, man. Just can't wait for the top. It's gonna be a good show, man. So I'm eager. I'm eager, man. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, speaking of the show, yeah, I hope everybody, man, ended up joining us, man. Had a good weekend, but we got some breaking news right now. Apparently, the Detroit Pistons have decided to make one of Troy Weaver's first draft picks, give him his first extension, that being Mr. Isaiah Stewart. Beef Stew has gotten his first contract extension as the first draft, one of the first few draft picks by Troy Weaver. He got a $64 million deal across 4 years. I'm happy for him. He's been one of our top defenders since he's been drafted here to the scene. He's one of our young rising bigs, man, in our rotation. He's done a lot for us. He's played the five for us. No, he's not a natural five, but he's toughed it out for us, man. He's been on that island by himself. He was a workhorse, man. Every all season, just putting in that work. Came in, drafted with that NBA body, man. He deserves it. Okay, look past the stats, look past all of it, but this dude deserves it. But I'm gonna start off with my main man, Daryl, man. What's your opinion? How you feel about this contract extension? Be stupid, man. Be stupid.
Man, definitely. I was a little, got the notification. I was kind of surprised a little bit, but he deserved every bit of that money. I mean, the guy the guy that puts in the work each and every day, whether it's practice, whether it's on the court. Isaiah Stewart is the type of guy. He's gonna bring it out on and off the court every night, man. Great guy. I mean, he had to work his way up from the bottom top, as you seen what he grew up at in Rochester, New York, to when he was in college and getting out drafted in the NBA with our beloved Detroit Pistons. Man, just the trust and the that Troy Weaver has with Isaiah Stewart, man. He believes in this guy. That's why he drafted him for a reason. He's seen that potential of Isaiah Stewart. And, Isaiah Stewart comes out, puts the work in. He's getting better, developing his jump shot. We know he's not a five. At times he had to play the five. But, he's a four. He's still learning the game. As he time goes by, and he's definitely a good fit. Definitely a good fit is going to be in the Monty Williams in his coaching staff system. He's very professional. That's what I said. I want to give this to Dwayne Casey, man. Dwayne Casey, even though things didn't go well as far as on the court, of winning games. But when it comes to leader of men, get these men to buy in off the court, it's second to none. What Dwayne Casey has done, with these young men, especially one of the guys like Isaiah Stewart, one of the young core, and you see that with him. Hard-working guy. They're gonna come out and bring it each and every night, man. So Isaiah Stewart, to me, he deserved this contract extension. A lot of people I got to feed on Twitter, Of course, you get some haters out there, and whether if it's some Pistol fans or a lot of outside of, Pistol fans, but I don't care when, we don't care what anybody say. We say Detroit versus everybody for a reason, and keep that negative comment to yourselves or whatever. Isaiah Stewart deserves every bit of that contract extension. I don't care what anybody say. He's gonna be one of the key guys on this team to help turn this Pistons team around. Restoration, man. It's not a rebuild, like what Troy Rivers said. It's the restoration. He's restoring this team. Isaiah Stewart is part of the restoration, and he deserves it, man. He deserves it. So he's just going ahead. He knows he's got to go put in that work, and he's going to have to, play hard for that contract. So, like you said, Isaiah Stewart, congratulations. 4 years, $64 million. Well deserved, man. We love to have you. Love to keep you here, and we want to keep you here for the next few years.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? I can't disagree with nothing you said there, man. I'm gonna get more depth to it, but Breed, what you think, man?
I love the deal. I mean, I'm glad that they got a lot of that they made this deal. 4 years, 64. I mean, that's a steal the way these NBA contracts is. So to get him as a guy like that, and who puts his heart and soul out, man, and constantly getting better every year, that to get him in that kind of deal, that's wonderful. It's a good job by the Pistons to re-sign him, man. I think he's got a lot to prove to this coming up season because, unfortunately he got hurt last year, so he's got a lot to prove. And, with all the big guys we have and, on this team, he gonna really got to show his game out too, man. And it just shows that this team has a lot of trust in him. And he's a vocal leader. A lot of people don't know he's a vocal leader for this team. Because I see him a lot in the huddle, and he's a vocal leader. He tells them, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. For a young guy to do that, man, that's incredible. That's incredible. So I think it's a good thing that we did sign him, man, and he is part of the future, and he is the backbone of this front court. Because, a lot of times, man, he's played, since he's been on this team, he's played out of position because he's really a natural four. But he's been playing the five majority. So he's been playing out of position, and it's well worth the contract, man. I just can't wait to see what he has in the bag still, man, of if he's learned what he has learned for this upcoming season. I know he had us worked on his 3-point shot. He's worked on a lot of things. So let's see how good that he's going to do. But I'm excited for Isaiah Stewart, man. I just, he's a tough heart. As long as he don't hit nobody like LeBron or something like that. Well, I don't mind that anyway. But I'm just saying. But yeah, he just shows the toughness and the contract extension is love. So shout out to the Piston organization and Troy Weaver and Boris and everybody for just sign him to another contract, man. So big ups to the Pistons.
Yes, sir. Well, it's like this, man. I'm more hyped than anybody because, when you actually observe the way the game is played, people want to tell you it's about shooting the ball, scoring points, and making passes and doing this. You don't believe in role players and other side of that, or defense that. And he's one of the best defenders on the team. Giving him this contract shows that Troy Weaver not only values what he brings to the team, but he's showing the rest of the rookies that he put in the work the way he's doing, you get a contract extension too. Because he's living, as we said before, he's living and dying by the kids that he's drafting. Not by some top tier free agent, not by some overrated star, James Harden. He's not living and dying by those metrics. He's getting the guys that fit the culture. You know what I'm saying? That fit what we're about. And that's what you pay your money. We talk about the Lions. Pay for your kids, the guys you drafted. You know what I'm saying? Save that money for them. Same type of thing. You have to steward, man. The guy is like an enforcer out there. Like he was like, you hear that word a lot with Pistons when they bring veteran bids here. Oh, he's an enforcer. And they don't look like they enforce anything but lose games. But he's the one guy that actually does go out there and enforce people. People tease him saying he gets dumped on, he gets this happens to him. It's like what players don't. He's not the most athletic player. But he plays with a lot of heart. If you look at only a few points or a few plays that happen on him, like it's not gonna happen to anybody else. With this young team, you play. You need to start somewhere. This is how you start. You send a message to the rest of your kids. Hey, work hard on your development. Keep improving your game for what you are as a player. Fit our system. You'll get a contract extension, right? Not someone else to pay. And if it wasn't us, it was somebody else. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that we were able to keep them. That shows you where Troy Weaver was thinking primarily when it came to keeping players serious. He was thinking more about defense. So we know he's been working on his jump shot. He had some good moments last year shooting balls. He didn't go overboard when he was so, and not to mention, he's a smart player. People don't give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? He's the tough guy. He's the guy that plays the big brother role in the locker room. Other guys come on this team, they're trying to find their way. They get bullied. He's the guy that's there. When with Jalen Duran and even Luka Garza, the other team, big balls, trying to grab him and just spend time stopping from him because they're not going to show us the same respect. So that's what he does for those guys. They're with him. He communicates with them. You know what I'm saying? One of the leading for action, not with words. He's one of the very, very few words, but he's on action. He's at the podium with the rest of the players there, with Monty Williams. He's just involved. He works his butt off every offseason, trying to do other things to improve his game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about the guy. You know what I'm saying? I never said he was Ben Wallace. He doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? I know people want him to be the number one player in the league. His position because, that's our Detroit Pistons standards. But I'm happy with the signing. People go complaining about the money. People go complaining about they gave him this extension. You got fans that not even fans of the Pistons. And I can give a fuck less you beat one. And shove it up your ass. Because this guy's here. It's about restoring what the team's mentality is about. He's 21 years old or 22. Can we wait till he's like 24, 25, 26 until we really judge all these young players? I mean, come on. I know we got to have our cake right now and you too, but that's no fun. But like I said, I'm not going to burn on too long. I'm excited for him to see, he's wildest ever since he stepped on his first season. I remember when he was traded for and drafted, everybody was like, wait, what is he? Everybody assumed that he was just some boring player that wasn't going to make the roster or something like that. So he was a first-round pick. He came in just was tough, man. Just showed his toughness. So thank you, Troy Weaver, for signing him. And, yeah, man, any final thoughts?
Like I said with me, man, Isaiah Stewart deserves every bit of that money, man. And like I said, I know he's going to put in that work, man. Definitely going to be seeing him for the next few years. So, definitely, yeah. That's official. That is official, ladies and gentlemen. Now I know it's brought to you, Adrian Wojnarowski brought the news out, man. So, like I said, man, he deserves it, man. And, he's gonna put in that work in. He's gonna put in that work in, man. So we definitely excited to see him in another Piston in the Piston uniform the next 4 years. So that's my final thought on that.
Anything else, Bree?
Nah, just congratulations to Isaiah Stewart. Well deserved. and keep up with the good work and work hard, young man. And this is a perfect example. If you work hard, things will pay off. And this is a perfect example with Isaiah Stewart. So I couldn't have said it better myself.
Absolutely.
Isaiah Stewart, that's my final thoughts. All right, y'all, switching gears. Staying on basketball, obviously we got to get into the main topic, the main meat and potatoes, and beef burger. I got carrots. But the situation in the NBA going on with the NBA Summer League. A lot of stuff to talk about, man. This in general, man, with the NBA Summer League. Now, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to let Daryl, obviously, I said Daryl, but Bree, obviously, get more involved. You've been the heaviest on what's keeping us on update on what's going on the Summer League, between Pistons and what's going on with them, just in general, man. So, what's the feeling support?
Well, I know with the Summer League, man, I know it's because I know really it's just more likely, man. It's more like an exhibition to me, and just more of a come out party for the guys like the guys that normally people don't see that's been in the G League and stuff like that. But I like man. Ivy's played well. Duran has played wonderful. Duran, man, Duran potential is gonna be crazy. And I think he's just only 19, so his potential is just gonna be unlimited. You know what I'm saying? And then other guys that's gonna step up, man. And then Thompson, yeah, he's got some stuff to work on, but they just only played 1 or 2 games, and people got to just understand, man, just out of these 1 or 2 games, y'all, they got to chill. Like, fans got to chill, man. Let these young guys just play and just see what they about. This is their first real time about NBA. So just give them some time and just let them play. If they shut them down for just 1 or 2 games, that's going to be like the majority of these players now. So we can't just go crazy over that. You're going to get what you can get out of it. So I think the Summer League is just basically more for the Buddy Boeheims and the Jared Rowans and the Kiefer Sykes and just guys that's fighting for a spot for this team. That's what the Summer League mostly about. Like, these draft picks, yeah, they cool, but it's more so the unknowns, man. That's how I look at it. But as far as I see with the Pistons, man, they're cool. Unfortunately, the last game they didn't, they lost. But there's still some bright spots, man. So there's still some stuff they got to work on. Obviously, turnovers most definitely is what they really got to work on. But yeah, still a young team, man. So they're gonna be just fine, in my opinion. So that's how I look at it.
All right. So let's say you DC1 this time I'm gonna sit here and flex my haircut. It's a little smooth, you know what I'm saying? I see you trying to flex, and before I let you go, Charles to Jalen Duran, because it took me a second to realize that was him, because I'm used to seeing the braids where I guess he decided to cut himself loose.
He did the De'Aaron Fox treatment. He decided to cut his hair.
Hopefully, everybody had nothing to do with that. Well, go ahead, Derek.
As far as like you said, Summer League, man, the Pistons. As far as the first game, they played Orlando. Like you said, it's some things they still need to work on. Like I said, you got to stop turning the ball over. But like I said, that like we were saying also too, man. It's still a young team. The Summer League is pretty much with players that's trying to develop their game and trying to get into the NBA. Trying to make the team. So you like your key guys that's your high draft picks. Of course they're gonna play maybe 1 or 2 games maybe, and they're not gonna play the whole Summer League, man, because they're trying to get their bodies ready for a training camp and get it ready for preseason and then for the regular season. So, like I said, guys like they're trying to make the league. Those are guys that are fighting to trying to prove themselves. They can trying to make it to the NBA. So even if they have to go through G League or if they go through overseas, you know, those really what summer league is really about. But what I've seen so far, Asar Thompson is looking pretty good. He looked pretty good both games that I saw. Even through highlights, I saw his defense, his passing ability. I like when I see with Asar. He's going to get better. He's going to get better when time comes. Sasser, I know he kind of struggled both games, but that come with time. With Sasser, because he was one of the guys I was really wanting to look at. But as you see right now, I mean, he struggled first two games. I mean, he was decent in the Orlando one, but he kind of really struggled against Houston. But you know, I'm not making too much big deal out of that because, like I said, it is summer league. He got a lot of time. Like you said, I know he's going to put in that work in before training camp. So not too much worried about it. Buddy Bayham is looking pretty good. He's shooting the ball pretty well. I like what I'm seeing from him. So I mean, hopefully, you know, it could be a time he may, you know, stay on this team, be the last man on the roster because there's still one spot open, as far as right now. You know, unless Troy Weaver does something different, but you know, make another trade or something, you know, or you know, release somebody. But you know, but Buddy Bayham's been looking pretty good, so I'm like what I'm seeing with him. So, but yeah, as far as this summer league, man, just you know, I like what I'm seeing. But like I said, the turnovers still got to work on that. Just you know, Wiseman's been looking good. Duran's been looking good. Ivy's been looking good. These young core, man, they playing their butt off, man. They playing their butt off. So I'm like what I'm seeing. But just like I said, it still needs to be done. And that's when I like with Jared Jack. He's, you know, coaching these guys in the summer league. You can tell all these players, these young players buying into Jared Jack. And I believe, give it about another time, Jared Jack is going to be a future head coach in this league. So that's all I really got to say about it.
All right. You know what? I'm going to just rebuttal right off where you're coming from. Because if you watch Draymond Green's podcast, he actually specifically pointed out Jared Jack as my favorite veteran that he enjoyed with his time when he got in the State goes for 1 year to still coach with him together. So that just tells you, you might be on something like him being future head coach. I think that's very much a Rams possibility there. We might have to keep our eyes open on that. So without a doubt, when you said about Wiseman has had some good moments, especially specifically in the first game. Overall, I guess he's been playing well. I can still see where the improvement is for him. Obviously, Jalen Duren is in here showing his other skill sets, such as being able to dish out, dribble, and shoot off his own dribble, and standing back, showing you his post moves and stuff like that, man, more and more. So he ain't just showing he can dunk. Now, obviously, summer league got to translate that. It's a regular NBA. Scheme is different. What you're being asked to do is going to be a lot different. So we got to take that as a brain ball. That's why it's called summer league, where you showcase your talent. And, maybe do something strange, but I'm not going to bring that up. But anyway, as far as what I got to say, Ivy is still as fast as ever, but the thing is, I still need to see him use his vision to control his movements better and pass the ball more, and show his court vision better. He's improved. I can tell he's a little bit better than he was last year, but I still see him being kind of a little reckless. He played, but again, not saying he played bad or anything. I'm just saying overall, I still see the minor things he needs to work on. But that comes with time and discipline. So Ivy's a big like I said before, he and maybe Duran are the alpha males of the team. More specifically, I think Cade's more passive. Which, by the way, another shout out to Cade, Ashton, the trainer, and obviously BQ, who just got his extension we talked about a minute ago. Those guys have been heavy there supporting the team. Like Summer League, just posted there, man. They just take their presence on and they support. Buddy did his thing too. And you know what? Not to go off of speculation or anything like that, but when you look at the vets, we got 4 legitimate vets on the team. Like obviously Bojan Bogdanovic, the 2 we added last week, Harris and Monte Morris, and even when you look at Alec Burke. So when you look at that situation, I know people assume that Sasser is going to take this backup point guard thing. I don't think that's the case. When I look at the Summer League, and if I'm not over-speculating because of the Summer League, honestly, I see a vision of what the future could look like. You look at other teams across the league, and you look at Duncan Robinson, Tyler Harrell, all these guys, and other players like, who over there in Golden State, some of the guys they developed that was out of the youth, that was in deep rotation rosters, and how they were making their rotation out for their team as well. When you look at like Jordan Poole, he just got traded. Like when you look at those players, right now it's Bojan Bogdanovic. You never know in the future it could be Buddy Bohemian. I can't know his name.
Buddy Bam.
Yeah, Buddy Bam. He could be playing that Bogdanovic role when he's coming in our rotation and knocking shots. When Bob gets gone. I said these guys they want to do it with the next few years. And a lot of winning teams do it. Like I say, see Miami Heat, see with Golden State. So these may be guys that we got to look forward to in the future. That's why I think the Pistons are going to got those veterans, because you need veterans to help feed the players there that the young guys can watch and learn from and play around and hit their range. And now what I'm looking at in Summer League, letting these guys show their talents and the competition, it's not about if they win and lose the game. I don't care about some league champions. I just want to see where the players are progressing. To me, Wiseman is a little bit different. Like I say, still needs to play a little bit more stronger, but he did block shots very well. And one thing I will give him on is that he was dunking the ball. He wasn't just trying to make the layup. No, he was forcibly put the ball in the run. And I like that aggression, that fire from him. Like I said, Jared Jackson doing his thing. Like you said, I've put some gems out since we've been doing these podcasts. There's a couple things you said that I strongly agree that you might have a point finger on. I think that was one of them. He could be a future head coach. He's definitely better than the last couple guys we had over the last years as a coach. So we already see that. Being a former player, I thought that was pretty cool. And there was even a sighting of a former ex-Piston, I didn't address it. Christian Wood, sitting not too far across from you. Not speculating anything there. I'm just throwing that out. I'm saying he's about to resign or nothing. I thought that was worth noting.
I saw that.
Seeing like I said, man, seeing the support in the bondsmanship of our players. That's the part that gets me. Call me a scrappy stat, but that's what I look for. You got young people like this, you need unity, man. Killian's there as well. You know what I'm saying? I know they all happy to see got his extension, man. I know they all for each other. I need some selfishness off the building. That's what's glad about Troy Weaver and, Monty Williams now bringing even Dwayne Casey to him. But now it's just about letting them finish the summer league out, getting any more progression from the guys, man, seeing that the guys can be a little bit different. I want to see more hard-nosed defense from some of the other young guys. I want to see the basket improve, and you know what I'm saying? He's shot the ball pretty okay, but he's, like I say, he's one of those guys that'll get better with time. You know what I'm saying? With Stuart Thompson. But Stuart Thompson gets, like I said, close. He gets some ball. Grows into his length and his size, his weight, he's going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem. He shows the ability to pass the ball. He shows the ability to move his feet. He got it up here. He got it up here. I need him to finish growing it here. So once that happens, man, he's going to be a problem. But, man, any final thoughts for y'all opinion on the summer league? I know Wendy at his debut. What y'all opinion about that? I know he just got shut down for the rest of it. What y'all?
As far as Wemby, I know I think yesterday he had like 27 points, 12 rebounds. He looked it better than the first game, but as again, I'm not gonna get too hype of it. Like I said, it's a summer league. It's just get a bunch of young guys. It's already high draft picks. Already know that's gonna be on the team, and guys that's been undrafted or they're just trying to make the team. Trying to make a name for themselves. So, like I said, it's good to see Wemby out there. He put out those numbers yesterday, but again, summer league. Let's see. It's gonna take time to him to learn the game at the NBA level. So not going crazy. Oh, some people are. This is the type of person that the number one pick should be. We definitely gonna let's slow our roll. He has to play in the NBA level. Summer league is like just another development league. That's plain and simple. Hey,
Now let me ask y'all both a question. First off, before I ask a question, shout out to Greg Pop for getting the contract extension value deal. A lot of people kind of shocked about that because he gets enough for it, obviously. But I mean, the best way you go build back from it. The guy that usually got you from it. Shout out to him. But is Wemby a game on start?
You said what? Bring it up a little bit, no.
Is Wemby going to be a game one starter?
A game one starter?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
That's a no-brainer.
Why would you ask that question? Because I'm just saying. I know summer league, but he needs to build some strength, bro.
Listen,
I know
you can't be a number one pick and not start.
I know that. I'm just saying. Do you think his size and the fact that he's a little bit small? Because you see, even Chet Holmgren, he got hurt last year. Chet Holmgren performed something. I shout about him too, about his performance so far. But you see, even he put on a few pounds since he's been off last year. So that's a good thing for him. But that's what I'm saying. For Wemby, do you think if he is starting, do you think it'll be a situation where he might have to sit back a little bit because it's hard to adjust? No. I'm going to tell you, Pop is not going to let that happen. Greg Popovich is going to put him in a situation. He's like this. When Tim Duncan came into the league, right? He's a young player, played with David Robinson. Tim Duncan came into the league. Right.
Tim Duncan, the way he was dominant all 3 or 4 years in Wake Forest. Came in. He had to learn on the Pop system. Learn how to play the game the right way. And you see the success that Tim Duncan had throughout his whole entire career with the Spurs. You got to think, San Antonio Spurs are R.C. Buford and those guys in that organization. They like the NBA version of the New England Patriots.
Yeah, that's true. I've been saying it for years.
Because they're the team that's you don't hear no negativity, no noise, anything about the San Antonio Spurs. Pop is gonna make sure he's gonna get Wemby to be the best player he can be on that team. You're the number one pick. Everybody's gonna be watching. People's gonna be watching San Antonio Spurs because of Wemby. A lot of people didn't watch San Antonio Spurs before that. After Duncan retired and Ginobili and Parker. After that, San Antonio been rebuilding. They've been on the rebuild. And those young guys, they play hard because Coach Pop is gonna put them in situations to play hard. They gonna learn. They can still learn in the game. The young Keldon Johnsons and all of these other Vassell and all those guys, they still learning the game. But Pop is putting in the situation. That's why Pop is one of the best coaches of all time. Whether the NBA level, college level, he coached the USA team. You know, he's a lead. He's a leader of men. Just like we just talked about Dwayne Casey, how he helped these young players to this Pistons team off the court. It's the same thing with Greg Popovich. You don't hear nothing. It's just certain organizations that have that culture. Like the Miami Heat have that culture. The San Antonio Spurs have that culture. You don't hear nothing bad about that team, that organization, and them players. Because they come in, you're gonna buy in, or you ain't gonna be on this team. I know some players, veteran players, had little run-ins with Pop back in, like Steven Jackson and a couple other players. But the one thing they would tell you, they may got mad, they may have their run-ins with Pop, but they respect him as a man and they respect him as a coach. So Wemby's going to be fine. There's no question that he's the number one pick for a reason. He's supposed to be the generational talent. So he's definitely it's going to be that, you know, franchise player on that team. And long as he got Pop, he's going to be all right.
I agree with you think, man. I know y'all all think I'm that shit crazy.
You crazy to answer that. You asked us that question, but you know, I'm not.
Listen. I'm so glad you brought this up because I was just talking about this a couple hours ago, whatever, and about women. And people gotta understand, man. They gotta chill out, man. They gotta chill out with this dude. Yeah, he's number one pick, but then you gotta realize too, man. International players, some of them take a while to understand the game. You know, you don't just this is he's played in other organizations, but it ain't nothing like the NBA. So it's gonna take a little time. He gonna build some muscle. He gonna build some muscle. They say the same thing about Kevin Durant. He was too skinny and all that. Now people ain't saying nothing about that right now no more.
No, better.
He holding his own.
Giannis on the football.
Yeah, and Giannis was very skinny. It just takes it takes years. And when you're a young player, it takes years to develop your body. Pause. But it takes a while. But he's going, and then on top of that, he's in an organization where they had a history of French players there, and just you got the Tony Parkers, the Boris Diaws, then you have Tim Duncan there, and then you got Ginobili and all that. It's a class that they all agree that they gonna put some school into them, man, make them learn and stuff. So with that being alone there, he's gonna be fine. Now we all can agree that he's going to be rookie of the year. That's not even a question.
Well, he's gonna be candidate as long as he stay healthy. Yeah, as long as he stay healthy, and as long as he, you know, the key is the health. Because there's no doubt in my mind he's gonna be candidate. I'll tell you that much. I'm not gonna say he's guaranteed he's gonna, you know, win rookie of the year. But I say this, he's gonna be candidate as long as he stay healthy. You know, because like you said, who knows? It could be one of the Thompson twins. You know, it could be Brandon Miller. It could be, you know, Scoot Henderson. You know, we
could be Chet. Could be Holmgren.
No. Yeah, well, Chet is You know, because they did that to Blake Griffin.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I want to add this too. Like, you gotta remember, Greg Pop is. I know different time, and he had other players at the time on the team, but Greg Pop did figure Kawhi Leonard out. Kawhi Leonard off the game needed development when he got in there. When he got in the league, it took him, and Greg Pop got him to where you can say he's the player he is now because of Greg Pop. So, you know, he showed Leonard how to play this game effectively. And that's why Leonard for a while was one of the smartest players on the cover of the league. But, you know, I know people give him criticism and call Mr. Low management. But, you know, for a while, for years, I always used to say I'd rather have Mr. Low management than Mr. Ever existing artist. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, any more on that breed? I know you were quite finished with that.
Man, then, like I said, though, this Spurs team got a lot of young talent too. It's like, you know, it's like what Durrell was saying, man. It's like they got Vassell, they got Keldon Johnson, they just re-signed Trey Jones, they got Sohan. You know what I'm saying? So, if I can recall, I think they still got Devontae Graham. So they still got some talent there. So it's just about. I think it can work. And then when you got probably one of the best NBA coaches of all time, he's gonna learn some stuff. And then that organization is gonna be a learning tool for him, man. He's gonna be just fine.
And Tim Duncan gonna be in this year too.
Yeah, and all the Spurs greats gonna be there. And you might even have David Robinson probably be there too.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say David Robinson. Okay. And you gotta look. You got Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott is gonna be, even though he's a analyst for the Spurs, Sean Elliott is gonna be right there. So
I got a couple more things I want to wrap on this subject. So sort of same thing with Chet Holmgren. Like, what you think? How he's gonna fit with them too this year? Because now obviously he wasn't quite in the lineup, and they were very OKC last year was pretty nasty as they were. So you think, like, this team with Holmgren and now having Patty Mills in there, do you think this is possibly a playoff season?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. OKC, let me say this before I let Bree go and jump in. I said this last year about OKC. Beginning of last season, I said OKC is like it's going to be a young, dangerous team. Because them guys, and Josh Giddey is one of my favorite guys. I always love Josh Giddey's game. Him and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man. I mean, I'm telling you, that backcourt is a dangerous backcourt. I mean, and then you got the Williams. You got the Williams brothers. Well, they're not really brothers, but you know, both Jalen Williams. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Williams. Them guys, I love their game. And then you get, like I said, Dort, Dort, man, a guy that's gonna play physical, is gonna play hard defense. He's still working on his shooting, but a guy that he's gonna bring it every night. I love his energy. And then when you add a guy like Chet Holmgren, it's gonna make it a lot easier for the other guys. You know, Shea and Josh, they're going to get him the ball. They're going to put him in to get him the ball at the right spot. I think that chemistry, whilst they learn together, while Chet now be a part of the team when healthy, it's going to make this team even better. You just work on that chemistry. They just got to work on that chemistry, work on some plays, you know, saying, to go through Chet, to go through Shea, to go through Josh, the both of the Williams guys, like Trey Mann, you know. Then you added a couple of you got a couple of veterans over there. You got Victor Oladipo back over there. Yeah, you got a couple of veterans out there. That's like we talk about the Pistons, man. Our development. You know, we got a couple of our veterans out there. Still with a lot of young players. OKC is pretty much the same thing. Now, I remember with Greg Kelser, a game that OKC and the Pistons played in OKC when the Pistons lost by 1 point. He said OKC is just the mirror image of the Pistons.
Yeah,
He said the difference was they had a year head start than the Pistons as far as when restoration. They had a year head start.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Greg Kelsey put it right on the nose. OKC, you just seen they just made the play-in tournament, won a play-in game, ended up losing to Minnesota. But you seen this growth with this team. OKC, they don't stay healthy, they're going to give a lot of teams in the Western Conference and teams in the East problems. I cannot wait when the schedule comes out, when the Pistons play OKC, the LCA.
We gotta be ready for that.
All three of us got to be down there. I want to see that OKC one. Listen, we got to get down there. Whatever the date is, when the schedule comes out, we got to get down there. So, yeah, I love what OKC is doing. You got to give Sam Presti, credit. He's making these moves, getting these draft picks, trading some of them, getting some back. This is one of the reasons why Troy Weaver is he's taking his time to learn. He learned under Sam Presti. So, OKC, they're a dangerous team, man.
Okay, so clearly, now maybe not player versus player, but I'm going to go ahead and say it like as a whole unit. This OKC team scares me way more than the initial legendary one they all talk about with Westbrook and all the guys afterwards. This one might scare me a little bit more where it's at. Like, you knew KD what he was going to do with that team back in the day, and Westbrook. You knew. This one, they a little bit more unified. I don't think the ego is in the way yet. Kind of like how it was us. I'm a little bit afraid that I know we've been beating them, but boy, I'm going to say this. We might have to go from trusting Troy to thank God for Troy, because, man, we had any other situation right now, and we was drafting what we used to draft. I don't think here right now. We got a little hope because of the way he's been incorporating us. Taking what he does from there. So thank you God for that. But Reed, any opinion on that, man?
Yeah, I just think, man, Oklahoma City, they a dangerous team, man. They are, and then also too, they still got more draft picks too. That just makes them even more scary. When you a young team, developed team, and then you got draft picks in the next 2 years on top of that, that's crazy. Then you add veterans, the Oladipo, the Davis Bertans, then you still got a couple more young guys in Robinson, Earl, and Poku. So they got a lot of the same. And then with Holmgren, man, that just gonna add another piece, another shot blocker, another shooter, which they did need last year. But for that team to do what they did, nobody expected that team to do what he did last year. Nobody expected to be in a play. They would pick to be one of what. So they in the same. OKC is basically in the same position as the Pistons and the Houston Rockets and all these young teams. Yeah. They just a little bit better and not more mature and stuff. So with that young, and it's all about just them staying healthy as well. But they got a good thing going because Shea is a beast. Giddey is getting there. You know what I'm saying? Trey Mann is he tearing up the summer league. Dunking on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Then Aaron Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? Then with they draft picks, they got Casey Wallace and Keontae Johnson. So man, it's scary.
Yeah,
it's scary.
It is.
You know,
Western Conference better watch out.
Oh, it's going. Oh, that Western Conference is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I'm worried. Even though I'm worried about my Clippers when they play against them. I'm worried about.
Why they gonna be so good?
Now I'm hearing rumors, man, that Golden State is very interested in trying to sign Paul George.
That's not happening. It's not happening.
Anyway, statement that I think all three of us will agree with. I don't care what position it is, if it's coach, if it's a promotion guy, if it's just a senior office job. I don't care what it is. I want the Pistons to hire Jalen Rose to be a part of the staff some kind of way. I hate what's happened to him being fired. The only few guys on ESPN that will actually speak up for our city, who played here in college, who stands with us, took those same young players that we hoping for now on a road trip about our city, Detroit, taking them to the old gym that's now closed down, and taking them just around some of the relics around the city, letting them have that beat. Dude, just the Pistons that hard. Never played here as a Pistons. He's Pistons that hard. It's time to break the can and make the official as part of our organization. I don't know what Troy Weaver can wait on. Just hire this man. So, pretty much our spokesman. You might as well just make him our team some kind of way. Whether it's basketball operation, whether it's part of the coaching staff, something. Give him a job. Because I know, let him be here full time. I think all of us will.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree.
I'm surprised U of M hasn't got anything with him yet. I'm surprised they haven't.
That's another subject for another day. I mean, we could go on and on about that. You see what they did with Chris. I'm being all serious, man. We ain't.
Anyway, so switching topics real quick. I just want to touch on one thing. Our precious Detroit Tigers had their draft and had a very good game Saturday, and then followed up with the upsetting game. First of all, what's your opinion about the draft entirely with the Tigers? I know they got another outfielder that's fresh out of high school, which means he's richer than all three of us put together coming out of high school. So, yeah, I think we should have took baseball and make one of the ways you be a baseball player. So, this ain't right. But, man, what's your opinion on the outfielder, man, that they got? What's your opinion about the draft in general? I believe this is Scott Harris' first draft, and I don't think he really got a chance to build up and make more need attention to it. So, what's your opinion about it, man? What you know about the guy?
As far as Max Clark, I believe the Tigers, I like what Scott Harris did. He's dressing the needs. Like I said, for the outfielders, because I know at times, we need more depth on the outfielder position. And due to the situation, now we got Riley Green back, because he's one of our young core. We definitely, just knock on wood, hopefully Riley Green doesn't get hurt again. But we need depth in that outfielder position. And getting a guy like Max Clark, I like it. I like it a lot. Definitely, this is one of the stepping stones of, development for this Tigers team. I really like it. They did grab a shortstop, and that's another thing. We need depth in the shortstop position. Grab another guy out of there, and I really like it. I know the draft was today, so we didn't get a chance to, check in to see who else the Tigers get. But I like what the Tigers is. I really like what the Tigers are doing. Like I said, man, it's just a start. It's just a start. Well, hopefully we'll see Max Clark. Hopefully we'll see him out there soon. And see these young guys, man. Like I said, some of the other guys, they're gonna be probably going down into AAA, and AA, to work on their game. So hopefully they work on their game and guys will get better to be coming up to the majors and have that success. So I like it.
breed. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I like him. I like him too, man. They decide to, get a young guy who's an outfielder and he's a pitcher too. I didn't realize that he was a pitcher also. So kind of plays all got offense and defense. Got that Otani thing going on. So that'll be nice. Again, and then the other two draft picks, man, I think they got a second baseman and a shortstop as well. So that'll really help this team out and add to the depth that they had, because this team has a lot of injuries. So for a lot of these guys to come back, the Riley Greens and the Rodriguez's and the Scoobles and everybody, it's good that they come back, and it's just in time for the second half of the season. So I know, and I understand a lot of people are. Some people like the draft picks, some people don't. I'm surprised. I mean, people that don't like it. They're like, oh man, we got to wait 4 years for this guy to play. But with how this team is, sometimes you got to wait that long for some of these young players. I mean, he'll be in AAA, AA, so he'll learn. But these Tiger fans, man, they iffy anyway. When they down, they talk down. When they good, that's when all of a sudden they come out of nowhere. So, just gotta trust the process with this Tiger team, man. We can be a whole lot worse too. I mean, luckily we're in the division that we're in as well. So we just gotta. But I like these picks, man. A couple of young guys, man, and we'll just see how they do on this team, and they'll learn from guys like a Torkelson and a Riley Green, and they'll learn from Cabrera still around somewhere with the team, and learn from him. So, and then luckily we got a good manager as well. So yeah, Javi Baez too. You can learn from Javi Baez. I mean, being that we got a shortstop, he can learn so much from Baez. We still got guys like Zach Short and a couple other people. So I like the draft picks, man. The Tigers, they on the rise, and we got guys who really want to play. Like, this team can be exciting. You know what I'm saying? They've got a lot of young guys, so it's going to take a little while for them to develop, and maybe in a couple of years. But that's how a lot of these teams are, man. A lot of these teams came out of nowhere. I mean, look at how Cincinnati is doing. Their young guys is not doing anything, so it takes a while. But I like these draft picks, man. I like them. I think they can really help this team.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, those are two great takes from two great men right there. So this is why I'll say this, man. As a man who knows probably the least about baseball, I'll say this. I think there's going to be a trend. I think our new GM is going to draft players that can do multiple things. So fit for the National League preference, but he's going to bring them to our team. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come to the Giants organization. A player like that would probably be drafted by them. And I think that's the way they're going to build this team in the future. So we might keep our eyes closed. But yeah, the last draft pick we had from that guy, who we ain't going to say his name, and now you got this young man, these young men here. Listen, baseball, I heard from a baseball expert. He says when you come to drafting players, you don't want to draft somebody and then run them in the first year anyway. You want to take your time with them, let them develop in the minor part of the leagues and all that stuff, AAA, because you can ruin their confidence. I mean, we just saw with Spencer Torkelson. You know what I'm saying? Even he still, young as he is, and the time he had to work on his game, it took him a minute to have that stretch he was having. You know what I'm saying? He took a lot of flack for that. But that's what sometimes they be in baseball. Baseball is a heavy veteran team. But you do draft, though, you get those picks, man, that's when you stack them, and those are the guys supposed to be your impact players. That's your future. And having guys like Riley Green and Spencer and all those guys we named, that's a part of it, man. So Scott Harris doing his thing, man. The young GM, been there, done it before in a way you can say. I'm happy about it. But the Tigers, like I said, man, they season, they won, had a hell of a game Saturday. Salute to that game. Those guys that put that work in, that no hitter, just depending on our franchise. Shout out to the Tigers. I know they won yesterday, but overall, they Sunday games. I know they overall still been playing with their hearts out, man. Now get healthy, hopefully stay that way. But yeah, man, I like the draft picks. You know what I'm saying, for the future. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait for 40 years from now, man. So, guys are really putting in work. Pistons putting in work. Lions sort of putting in work as well. Can't wait for 4 years, man. To see how these guys put one end to that end. I just can't wait. As a Detroit fan, and, you know what I'm saying, I know y'all feel the same way as I do. But we approaching that time, man. So I'm gonna just go ahead and ask y'all to give y'all final thoughts in general about, anything else y'all want to say for we end this thing. Starting with you, Mr. D313, Chris.
Definitely, man. Like you said, we're as far as the Pistons, man. Like I said, summer league's gonna be pretty much gonna be over with. Like I said, you've seen these young guys, man. They're gonna get better. Like I said, it's just take time and reps, and playing together. Buying into what Monty Williams and the coaching staff, man. So, definitely looking forward when training camp comes, and looking forward to that. Far as Isaiah Stewart's contract, like I say, well deserved. He deserved it. Don't care what anybody says. He's gonna play hard for that contract. So, like you said, happy to have him as the Pistons for the next few years. Definitely, man. So, also too, man, Tigers. The draft pick. They got the All-Star break. Which the All-Star game, which is Tuesday. So Tigers get guys, rested up before they start back playing Friday against Seattle at Seattle. So as far as definitely, man. And also too, I know we didn't get into this. We definitely have to talk about on our XP show. Northwestern's head coach Fitzgerald has been fired today. Hazing allegations. We definitely make sure everybody stay tuned for that. We definitely going to be talking about it. So on our XP show. So make sure y'all stay tuned. There's something all three of us and our guests and other people we got to talk about this. We got to talk about it. So Pat Fitzgerald, Northwestern's head coach, has been fired today, which I kind of expected it. So, but we're going to get into that on our show. So, but yeah, those are the final thoughts for the Rapaport, man, for me.
Well, definitely with the Pistons, man. I mean, we're not going to expect too much. It's going to be the same. All their players pretty much by the next game or the game after that is probably going to be out. So, not pretty much too into that, man. It's basically just an exhibition to me. I big ups to Isaiah Stewart with that contract, man. Just ball out, like I said, ball out, young fella. Keep doing what you're doing, and get to make your game get better and everything. As far as and also too, just have for the fans, man. Just have patience with this Pistons team, man. Just have patience with the team, the coaching staff, just everything, man. If they get to a slow start and everything, just relax, breathe. You know what I'm saying? But just for that. Now, as far as the Tigers, man, I still got hope in this team, man. I still got hope with this Tigers team. Even though with the draft picks, I do like the draft picks that we picked. But more for this season, they still got a chance. They're only 5-6 games out of first place. So all the fans that's like, oh, they not good. They not, man, calm down. Still 5-6 games out. They still got a chance to win this division. Chill out. I know some players ain't having a season that we want because of their contract and how much money they have and stuff, but that's a lot. That's a lot of players. It's a lot of teams. So get out on that. But just with all 4 teams, man, we just gotta have patience. We got managers and general managers that want to see these teams succeed. So it's with all 4 teams. They really care about these teams. When the last time you can say that with all 4 teams? Like, it's crazy. But that's just how, that's how I feel about that, man. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. So I want to say, man, thank you not only to the gentleman here on the panel, but everybody who's watching our episode 11 of our Rapaport, man, our D313 Rapaport. Again, like they said, man, it's just about patience at this point with Detroit sports. It's just patience. So I think we need to practice the thing that we've been following at for years. And that's something we got to stay diligent with. We need patience. But outside of that, man, that's all I got for y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe and like and share the stream, like the stream, and subscribe to it, man. We got more content coming. There's a lot of things about to go down over the next month, over the course of this month along. The season right around the corner, not that far, a few months away. Yeah, man, got Inside the Den coming in the middle of July, so we sent that to my Lions fans up there. Hey, listen. Facebook, D313XP, make sure y'all follow us there as well, man. Our Facebook is exclusive content. Follow these men on their social media platforms. They always posted Reed and our Zero and streams on here. But other than that, man, I'm known as Jay, D313. Locally is New Breed. And this has been episode 11 of D313 Rapaport. And we out here, folks.
All right, take care of yourselves and each other, man.
Yes, sir.